What's going on, guys? Welcome back to The Art of Violence. So, after this fight ended with Illia Topuria versus Max Holloway, there's so much hype around Illia. Illia's on his way. I mean, Illia already is a superstar, but he's on his way to being a megastar. I tell you what, one thing that would turn him into a megastar is if he went up, he fought Islam, and he knocked out Islam the same way he did Max and Volk. That would transcend him into megastar status, especially if Khabib is in the corner of Islam. Be epic. That would transcend him, especially too because he's talking a lot of smack. He's putting people down. Even Cristiano Ronaldo said like a negative comment about him after the fight, and he like went at Ronaldo. Like, he's not afraid to go at anyone. He doesn't care. He has a lot of McGregor qualities, but he's far more locked in. I don't think he'll go down the same negative, detrimental, adverse path that Conor went down that really derailed his career. That performance versus Max was super, super impressive because he was having trouble in the fight. He was having some difficulty. Things weren't going his way. He was getting too eager. He was getting too hungry. He was throwing big counter shot power shots or leading with big power shots, not setting them up, not feigning, not throwing false punches, not working his way in, not, being patient enough to wait for Max, not really looking at what Max is doing, just thinking he can go in there and put him out in the first round. And that didn't happen. A lot of guys would get discouraged, and he adjusted. He got patient. He focused. He made the right adjustments. Started integrating different things like the calf kick. Started feinting more. Started hand trapping. Did a bunch of different things to make it happen. Part of that is also Max's lack of defense, but he did what he had to do. Now, unfortunately, instead of those intelligent things being highlighted that someone who has a more in-depth understanding of fighting would illustrate, unfortunately, a lot of what's being told, the typical jargon, is focusing on Illia's power. And I gotta say, it's very disappointing when you see a fight like that and a fighter like Illia go in there and do that, put on a masterclass and adjust and win in a phenomenal fashion, and put away a guy who no one else has been able to put away. Anyone else. And be able to corner him, take him down, beat him everywhere, and eventually knock him out. Or TKO him, rather. I think Max was out for a hot second, but he probably woke up. Probably smelled some Hawaiian barbecue down the street. He woke up. After getting the Hawaiian beaten out of him, he had to reclaim some of it back by going to get some Hawaiian food. But, again, it's a lot of emphasis on Illia's power and how strong he is and how powerful his punches are. And it's disappointing because he's so skilled and he has so many things that he's just phenomenal at in the way that he fights, in the way that he maneuvers, the way that he positions himself. And it's very disappointing to see someone, not recognize. I see these high-level commentators, these ex-fighters like Daniel Cormier, Michael Bisping, Joe Rogan, who's such a terrible commentator. He should be removed from the commentary booth along with John Anik. Those two severely, severely dumb down the intelligence of the sport. But, unfortunately, they're in cahoots with Dana. They're friends with Dana, so that'll never happen. But, Illia does so many things so well, and he beat Max on that night simply because he's a better fighter. It has nothing to do with him just being more powerful. He's better all around. He's more skilled all around. He's more skilled than Josh Emmett, than Bryce Mitchell, than Alexander Volkanovski, than Max Holloway. He's more skilled than all these guys, and he's been able to put them away. Each one of those guys I just named is at a high skill level, and one is much higher than the other. And he put away all of them. I mean, it's so impressive. And no one's really illustrating that or highlighting that, I feel. It's just a lot of focus on his power. His boxing is just so good. It's like, yes, that's true, but it's the things that you don't see. It's his positioning. It's how his feet are always in perfect position. Even when he misses, his feet are in perfect position. He regathers himself. He resets his feet very quickly. The way he backsteps and hops out of range when something happens that he doesn't like is perfect. The way he, the way he punches and extends the punches and brings them right back, or rolls with them, or maneuvers out in some way, or pushes you back so you can't establish any offense. Everything he does is very, very masterful, and he has strategies for everything. He has strategies for his entries, for his feints, for his hand traps, for his exits, for his takedowns. He has strategies, entries, and exits for everything. So it's not that he just has this crazy power. Like, he does, for sure. And what's fun, there's people that have a lot more power than him, but it's the fact that he has it at 45 that's impressive. He has like the power of an 85er at 45, which is very impressive. But again, it's his ability to set himself up in position with his footwork and to make you think he's going one way and then go another, and then to feint this way and then go the other way, and to throw, combinations up, down, down, then up, and land certain punches, and then be able to stay calm, relaxed, and focus when you get hurt, and be able to land the right ones to get you out of there while staying defensively intelligent. It's his ability to do that that makes him such a high level fighter. It's not just his power. And it's unfortunate we almost everyone who does commentary in the UFC is they're just so ignorant on the sport. They're so ignorant on why one fighter wins and one fighter loses. That's how I was able to predict. I literally said, and I'll plug the video down below. That's how I was able to predict that Max Holloway was going to get finished or put out in the third round. That's how I was able to predict that, because I saw the openings that Max has. He gets hit in every single fight. He gets rocked. Justin rocked him several times, and he dropped him. With a different game plan, Justin could definitely win, but Justin makes a lot of flaws as well, has a lot of flaws and makes a lot of mistakes, and just doesn't do things well fundamentally as well. I think he's one of the fighters that'll be getting knocked out of the top 10 if he stays around a couple more years. But, yeah, it's like people they don't have the eye for it, and they think that they do. And if more people could just look at like you cannot do MMA math in terms of he beat him and he beat him, now he's going to win, but you can look at it in terms of skill sets, and you can see how one skill set parallels and matches up to another skill set. That is how you do MMA math. That is how you do fight math. You look at skill sets, and you look at, does this person have strengths in areas where the other person has weaknesses? That is MMA math. That is how you do, that is how you do that. That is how you see it. That is how you do recon and research. So Illia is one of the best skilled guys right now. I'd say pound for pound, it's him and Islam. Screw John Jones. John isn't fighting. Dana's still, trying to hide the sex tape of them two by gloating about about John. But I don't know who's going to be able to beat Illia anytime soon. The guy who beats him is the guy who's going to be more skilled than him. That's the guy who's going to beat him. It's not the guy who has more power, who's more tough. It's the guy who has more skill than him. Illia has some of the best skill in the game, offense and his defense, and his ability to adjust consistently and stay balanced and make the right decisions. That's why he's the champ. That's why he's arguably pound for pound right now, him and Islam. So it's interesting. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. How do you think the fight was going to go? Were you surprised? Do you agree with me? Do you agree with my takes? Do you agree that other MMA commentators, actual MMA commentators that are also previous fighters, like, Michael Bisping and Daniel Cormier, even, like Joe Rogan and John Anik were the worst commentators? Do you agree that they don't really know, like they can't commentate very well, and it kind of brings down the intelligence and the IQ of the sport? Does it frustrate you like it frustrates me? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. I'll respond to every single one. If you liked it, go ahead and click the like button. If you want to see more, go ahead and subscribe. And as always, my name's Angelo. This is The Art of Violence. Till next time.